Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited to have you guys here today because today we are going through the final stage of downloading and uploading our KDP book right here on Amazon direct publishing site, and I'm so excited to get this started because I know this is kind of what a few people may be looking to see how it's done, and so now it's a time to be able to see that taking place. Okay, so here we are on the KDP website at this time, and as you can see, this is going to be a pretty simple process, very easy, and so I just really want to get into just kind of like the functions and all the things that you're going to need for your actual KDP so you're good to go. Okay, so I'm still using the book that I have been using during the tutorials, and so all we're going to be doing today is basically taking that merged PDF that we created for our interior pages, as well as the book cover that we previously created. Mine was the You Are Awesome book, sorry. So that we can basically upload both of those things on as a manuscript. All right, however, if you were able to go through my videos in creating a 6x9 hardback cover book, then you shouldn't really have any problems with doing this. All right, so let's go ahead and get going. So as we can see, this is pretty much the first of the front page of the KDP Direct Publishing, and all we're going to do is pretty much just click what kind of book we want to do. Now for the Kindle ebook, you'll always have that option to make any of your paperback or hardback cover books Kindle ebooks, and you will actually get more money if you are able to do that. However, for the sake of this tutorial, this is strictly a low content journal book, so obviously it cannot be a Kindle book, so we're just going to go ahead and move forward to clicking on hardback cover so that we can enter into the next steps. Okay, so now that you're at the hardcover details, what you're going to do is click English or whatever language you would like your book to be in. And then you're going to put in your title, any subtitles that you have, and then any other information. So for instance, if you want to make yourself the author, then you can definitely do that as well. And then also any contributors to your book. Like I said, this is a low content book, so you can really skip a lot of these things and go straight to description. So I'm back. So as you can see, I was able to add on my book title, which is the You Are Awesome Journal. And then I kind of skipped everything else here, and I basically kind of put my name as the author, not necessary. And then I went to my description. So usually you want to really use this time to summarize your book and make it really catchy. It's a low content book, so you can only do but so much for it. So for mine, for instance, all I did was just had fun with promoting it, nothing serious. So I said, looking for an awesome journal to use for school, work, and everything in between, then our large hardback cover journal will make a great asset for your needs. With over 50 pages to use, this book will stick around for a while. Get your get your copy of the You Are Awesome journal today. But moving on, now for the publishing rights, unless you have a copyright, which some people do, if you're having a book that you don't want anyone else to steal your thoughts of, you definitely click here. However, if you do not have that, then you'll just say that it's just a public domain work. Also, for your keywords, you just want to think of some keywords that you would technically may want to write or use when you're searching for something. So I just kind of thought of myself, like, what kind of words would I use or keywords I would search in the bar that would kind of link with that particular book that I'm making. So for me, I wrote teen journal, hardback journal, hardcover journal, awesome journal, notebook, or cheap journals. And then for categories, I just said that it is a non-classifiable book. So then you'll just click save and continue. All right, next you'll end up in the next tab, which is the hardcover content. So this is where you're uploading everything that you actually created on this page. Okay, so all you're going to do is just get assigned a free KDP. You'll click that you'll accept the free KDP ISBN code, and that would allow for your book to be tracked. You can put a publish date if you want, not necessary. And then you kind of just pick out which type of printing options that you need. So for me, I actually want my book to have in its interior to have just white pages, black and white interior, but I actually don't want it to be black and white. I actually want it to have premium color. So just know that the premium colors, bigger books, having bleed on your book makes it a lot more expensive to actually print out for the printing costs. So just be mindful of that and plan your prices accordingly. Okay, so mine is a 6x9. My bleed setting, so I actually do want bleed for my book. And as I said, you always upload your book with PDF, no matter what, just to make the process easier. And then my cover, you can either have a glossy or matte. Doesn't really matter. You can choose. Just know that glossy would cost a little bit more. All right, now you go to your manuscript. So all you're going to do is just upload that merged PDF or whatever interior pages you wanted to put in here. Like I said, in order to make it a hardback, it needs to have at least 75 pages of interiors to make it a hardback. Otherwise, if you try to upload anything less than that, it will actually bounce back to you. All right, so you'll do that and then also upload the book cover that we created as well. So you'll just get the PDFs of both of these and upload them right here. All right, and then as far as like using this, you can also use their cover maker as well. I would say that it's not that great using theirs, but if you didn't want to get super creative on Canva, you can definitely use theirs. However, if you're still uploading the cover that you created in Canva, you would just click upload and find it, and then you would make sure to not check this box unless you do have a barcode for some reason on your book, but you will keep this unchecked and just upload your cover. And so I will be right back to go to the next step after I upload these two things. All right, guys, so once you are able to upload your manuscript and your book cover, you should see these green boxes show up here that says that your template or your manuscript has been successfully uploaded for both. So then all what you'll do next is just click the launch previewer, okay? And so you will not click save or anything else. Now, if you do need to go back to this at some point, you can click save as draft. However, always make sure to look at the book preview just so you can see any mistakes that you would need to change or errors. So we'll click this. Now, as you can see, it will start preparing the file for you. Now, this can take a few minutes. I've had books take about 10 minutes, sometimes 12 minutes, sometimes 6 minutes to actually prepare the file. So, you know, while this is preparing, you know, go and take a break, do all the good stuff, and then just come back when it's ready. All right, so we are back, guys. So my book was able to upload probably in about, it took about like 10 minutes for some reason. And I actually had to re-upload it again because they were saying that it just didn't really take, so had to do it again. So that's something that you can definitely do if you get that error. It's just re-upload it again using everything that you had. Like I said, as long as it's PDF, you shouldn't have any problems. All right, but here we go. So this is basically the next page that you would see once you upload and click the launch previewer. This is a quality check, and this basically checks and makes sure that your book is up, is ready to go, and that when it is reviewed by I guess like real people, probably, not really sure, they would be able to give it a go for it to go live. So as I said before, if you did do my entire tutorial before this video, you should not be able to have any errors, as you can see. So our print previewer didn't find any issues that would prevent you from submitting your book for publication. So that's a really good thing. They do provide some checks that you can do just to make sure it is the way that you want, but this is what you want to see at the top, that they didn't find any error. And then another thing that I also will try to do in the near future is create a video for KDP errors and how to resolve them, so that if you do have any errors with your book for some reason, you'll be able to catch them and change them accordingly with Canva. So this is this one. And then this is pretty much an example of how my pages will look. So that's the first page. Then you can keep going, keep going. Now, as a reminder, I told you that always check bleed if you're going to have designs outside of these margins here. So that's why I said make sure to check bleed. But if you do not have anything in the margins, outside the margins, then just click no bleed. But I always say play it safe and just click bleed just in case. Okay. All right, so everything looks really good. I really like how this book turned out. Very nice low content journal. You just want to go in and check all of your pages. And then after that, all you'll do is just click approve. Now, once you're back there and everything is all nice approved, then it'll actually tell you how much it would cost to price your book. So for me, this book is a really large book because it is over 100 pages. So it will cost me about $19.50 to publish. Like I said, if you do not want your book to have that many pages in it, that is totally fine, but I purposely wanted to make this a very large, thick journal so that it is something that a person can have and really use for a good long time. Okay, if you do not want to do that, like I said, you can definitely just upload just 50 pages, 75 pages, whatever you want. I actually had 200 pages, so that's why my book is so thick. But like I said, if you wanted to do much lesser amounts, then you can definitely just do it through one PDF on Canva and just do 75 to 100 pages, which would equate to about 50 turn pages in a journal. All right, so another thing that I love doing this is that I love making one that is really large, and then what I do down the road is I also make one that's really small. So this one is large, and then I also make one that's the 50 pages as well, and that one usually costs about $6 to $7 to print out. So it's totally up to you, but I just wanted to give you some ideas of what you could do, just to make it a really great experience for people who is looking for different types of sizes of journals. I personally love journals that are this thick, but that's not for everyone. So as I said, definitely play along with it. These are low content books, so have some fun with them. So once you do this, you'll just pick continue and save, and it'll take you to the pricing that you would do. So as I said before, you can price your book however you want, and they'll tell you exactly how much you would make with this book. So for me, I'll probably make this book, they actually give you recommendations to price your book at least $30 to $50. So I will probably try to price this book at, let's say, how much would I get for $35.99? So at $35.90, oops. So at $35.99, I would get a $2 royalty for each of these. Okay, so it doesn't seem like a lot, but it can really make a difference down the road, especially if you're selling in other countries as well. In pounds, euros, all that stuff. It can really make a big difference. So it's totally up to you. But this is just an example of what you can do. Now, as I said before, if you don't want your book this large and you don't feel like you want to make it this large, that's totally fine. You could use less pages as long as it's at least 75 pages, and then actually upload them that way. And that way you can charge about $11 to $12 for your book. Totally fine as well. That's usually the typical range for a hardback journal on Amazon. They're usually running between probably about $8 to $12. So your royalty will still be about $1 to $2. And that's why I said really don't focus too much on like going crazy with these low content books and making them oh so perfect. You do want to provide quality, but in the future I will be creating videos of other books that you can create that you could actually sell and make more money off of, more so than just low content books. Low content books are okay, but the real money is in the books that you put a little bit more effort into. All right, so once you finish that, all you would do is just publish your hardcover book just like this. And there you go. Your book is now up for review. And then, like I said, if you wanted to publish it as a Kindle ebook, you would just start it as an ebook. This is not a book like that, so it's totally fine. So you would just close this up. And as you can see, there is our book. But this is the whole process of pretty much making all of your KDP books live. Review usually takes about 3 to 4 days to actually get validated. And usually if you don't have any errors, it does get approved. So I really hope that you find this tutorial extremely helpful. And please like, share, and subscribe if you like any of my content, as well as other future content that you would like to check out from me, especially doing different designs on Canva for marketing purposes, business purposes, and also for personal use with design. I really enjoy using Canva. It's something that I personally love using for all of my designs, whether it's for my other businesses that I do on the side. This is not just my only gig. And so I just really enjoy using Canva, and so that's why you'll pretty much with all of my videos hear me talk about Canva and other free softwares that you can use in order to make the designs that you need to use for different projects or ideas a lot more efficient and a lot more easier. All right, so this is Liz signing off. I wish you well and good luck with your KDP journey. All right, bye.